love and support, and to allow them to start their married life together, surrounded by the people dearest and most important to them. Αγαπητοί φίλοι και συγγενείς, σας καλωσορίζω. Μαζευτήκαμε εδώ σήμερα για να νόσουμε τον Λευτέρη και την Φωτεινή. Από αυτή την ημέρα θα είναι ένα κανονικό ζευγάρι και τα παιδιά σας καλέσανε εδώ για να είσαστε μάρτυρες. Ο Λευτέρης και η Φωτεινή γνωρίζουν τι είναι ο γάμος και τι τους ζητάει. Μέσα στις καρδιές τους έχουν πει αυτά τα λόγια πριν καιρό, αλλά σήμερα τα λένε μπροστά μας. Σήμερα θα αρχίσουν καινούρια ζωή. Δύο καρδιές, αλλά μία ψυχή. Ο νόμος μου δίνει το δικαίωμα να στεφανώσω τα παιδιά εδώ και σήμερα. Καταλαβαίνουν πολύ καλά τη ζωή που αρχίζουν και θα είναι πραγματικό ζευγάρι. That's not for your Greek speech.
Pass that.
But before I proceed, I ask that you each repeat the following after me. Terry, facing your bride. I, Terry Milanopoulos.
I, Terry Milanopoulos.
Ask everyone here present.
Ask everyone here present.
To bear witness.
To bear witness.
As I marry.
As I marry. Francis Milanopoulos. Oh, well, come on. It's already happened. Fine. Katsaros. Francis Katsaros.
Francis. You can change his name too now.
I,
Francis Katsaros.
Francis Katsaros.
Ask everyone here present.
Ask everyone here present.
To bear witness.
To bear witness.
As I marry.
As I marry Terry Milanopoulos.
One of the most understated but deepest relationships is that between the caring father and the loving daughter. One of the very rare occasions that this relationship is acknowledged is at a wedding ceremony. So while Francis' father represents the family, today in a very special gesture, he is here to symbolise his own personal love for his daughter. So mindful of these values, I do now ask, who brings this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Happily?
Very happily.
Now, you can stay there, you can sit down, you can dance for a while. Okay. This union is a culmination of a relationship that began at work, as I shall now explain. And if they start to giggle, you'll understand. They first met 5 years ago. Francis had just returned from Greece, dark-skinned, blonde-haired, and desperate to find a job. So she applied for a waitressing position at a Greek restaurant. With no skills, no experience in waitressing whatsoever. Upon arrival for the interview, she expected to meet an old, bald Greek man. To her deep surprise, she met Terry. Tall, dark, and incredibly handsome.
Her words.
Her words. Francis was instantly attracted to Terry, but she was very shy, and it took some time for her to loosen up around him, but eventually it came. In fact, she would make fun of Terry all the time, that he only hired her for her beauty, as she had no skills. Is that true?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes.
It was the end of the semester and Francis took on full-time work at the restaurant. At this stage, she'd figured out that Terry was a little older and convinced herself that nothing would ever happen. But one beautiful summer's night, Terry and Francis sat on the steps outside of the restaurant, talking about anything and everything. She'd never felt so comfortable with another human being. They're actually talking about an ex-girlfriend of Terry's when he suddenly professed his love for Frances. She felt silent, and Terry saying, "Don't go quiet on me now, say something." Frances ummed and ahed and mumbled something, but she doesn't think she managed to say anything in English. Was it in Greek or?
No.
Terry gave her a kiss on the back of the neck, and that was it. She was in love. The thing that Frances tells me that she loves most about Terry is that he loves sharing everything in his life with her. His past, his future aspirations, the good things and the bad things. There are no secrets between them. Correct?
Not at all.
Frances and Terry both believe in love, but never realised how great its power. Never ever realised that you could love a person so much. The love that they have for each other is indescribable. Its power is so great and so strong. It is in this spirit that they now stand before us. But may I now ask their lovely bridesmaid to present a reading that she would like to state on their behalf.
No, should do it. Okay, Terry and Frances. You share today the joy of deep commitment and a sacred trust. You have given each other the most precious gift of love. Treasure it, nurture it, and encourage it with all the honesty you used in creating it. You are sharing something rare and beautiful. Always speak the truth and listen attentively, so that you may understand each other's thoughts and intentions. Inspire each other by sharing your accomplishments. Say I love you often enough to retain the warmth between you. Laugh a lot too, even when you're upset. Remember, you are each other's best friend. Stand together and forever, and for each other always. May each day be a blessing and the fulfillment of your dreams.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now I, Ange Canos, a civil celebrant, am duly authorised by the law of the Commonwealth of Australia to solemnise this, your wedding. Before you, Terry, and you, Frances, are joined together in marriage in my presence and the presence of these, your family and your friends, I am bound to remind you publicly of the solemn, the serious and the binding nature of the relationship which you are now about to enter. Marriage, as we all understand it, is the voluntary and full commitment of a man to a woman and a woman to a man. It is made in the deeper sense to the exclusion of all others, and it is entered into with the desire, the hope and the full belief that it will last forever. As true life partners with an unbreakable bond, Terry and Frances understand the sanctity of marriage and are ready for such a commitment. So Terry, as you still face your bride, will you take Frances to be your wife? Will you comfort her, support her and respect her? Will you make an effort to relate to her, listen to her and be generous in your giving of yourself? Will you stand beside her through all that's ahead for the rest of your life?
I will.
Frances, will you take Terry to be your husband? Will you comfort him, support him and respect him? Will you make an effort to relate to him, listen to him and be generous in giving of yourself? Will you stand beside him through all that's ahead for the rest of your life?
I will.
Since it is your intention to enter into marriage, I will now ask you to repeat vows after me. Terry. Frances,
Frances,
I will take you in my arms
I will take you in my arms
when you need to be held.
when you need to be held.
I will listen
I will listen
when you need to talk.
when you need to talk.
I will laugh with you
I will laugh with you
in times of joy,
in times of joy
and comfort you
and comfort you
in times of sadness.
in times of sadness.
I will love you
I will love you
for who you are
for who you are
and help you become
and help you become
all that you can be.
all that you can be.
This I promise you always.
This I promise you always.
Francis, could you now please repeat after me? Terry, I will take you in my arms
Terry, I will take you in my arms
when you need to be held.
when you need to be held.
I will listen
I will listen
when you need to talk.
when you need to talk.
I will laugh with you
I will laugh with you
in times of joy
in times of joy
and comfort you
and comfort you
in times of sadness.
in times of sadness.
I will love you
I will love you
for who you are
for who you are
and help you become
and help you become
all that you can be.
all that you can be.
This I promise you always.
This I promise you always.
We now have a reading from 1 Corinthians 13.